What's going on, YouTube people? It's Jimmy C. I just finished 3 days in East Coast Comic Con. It's still going on, but I threw in the towel today around 12:30. My wife and the baby came with me, so Walmart's down the block, so they went there first to kill some time. It cost me money, and then they came to the show. We did about 2 hours, and then we called it a day. Baby's first show. I took some cool pictures. She took a picture. So, like, girls are gussied up, dressed like mermaids and stuff, and she has no interest. But the Jawa, the stormtrooper, and the guy dressed up like Predator, she was fascinated with and took pictures. Oh, and Pigman, murdering Pigman, she took a picture with. Go figure. I got some good stories, so get some popcorn. This one might run a little long. I'll try to be succinct and to the point. Let's kick it off. So I stayed with my friend Nick Collectibles, NK Collectibles. We had a good time for 3 days. I didn't make a lot of money, but I only had like 2 boxes out. Made like $200. What can you do? Hey, I got to go to the show for free and got in early, so can't complain. So I picked this book up at the show. I don't even know what it is. I just know James O'Barr was there. So I just wanted to get something signed by him. I thought it was like a random nonsense book, and it was only $1. So I'm like, oh, screw it. So I bring it up to him, and he's a pretty interesting fellow. And he's like, I hate this book. I'm like, oh, God. Like I said, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I just saw it. And he was just joking. He does hate the book, but not because of it. So he told us the story. I'll sum it up real fast. He basically didn't get paid for this job. It was some company, publishing company in Chicago, and he kept chasing them for his money. He finally got fed up, and he went to their offices, and he's banging down the door, and like the assistant kept opening the door like a creak and saying, oh, the publisher's not here. He was telling us the names of the guy, I don't remember. And then he just pushed the door open, and he shoved the assistant aside, and he went into the main office, and he got his artwork back. And then he said fast forward a few years, he's doing a convention, and he's set up next to Azzarello, the writer. I forget what his first name is, Brian, I think. And he goes, hey, Brian, nice to meet you. Azzarello, whatever his first name is. And he leans forward and he goes, please don't beat me up again. Azzarello was the assistant for this publishing company, so it was a pretty funny story when he told it. But let's see, what else did I get? I got these books, $1 a piece. Larfleeze #1. He's a cool character. I dig. I was gonna do a video on modern cool characters that they've created. So many of them are placating like society norms today. I wanted to spotlight and like ask you guys, what are some cool characters that you think have been created that are actually just cool original characters for the sake of it, not trying to do any social agendas. I didn't get this at the show, but I got these on eBay. I actually got 3 of them, and one of them I brought to the show to sell. So I got these 3 on eBay for $30 shipped. He actually, one of them he dinged by accident, and he wrote me. He said, hey, if you want out of the deal, it's fine. If not, we could figure something out. So he said, would you take $10 back? So I got 3 of them for $20 afterwards. He was a good guy. He told me before he sent them and everything. But this is first appearance of Larfleeze, for those who don't know. And then I got this other book for $1. I own the cover to it, so anytime I see a comic I own the cover, I'm a sucker and I just go for it. Let's see. I got these 3. So shows like this, there's always going to be new dealers who are like not dealers. Maybe they're just collectors and they just want to let go of their collections, or they price things wrong. And once it happens, like, it spreads like wildfire. Like, the first guy or 2 will like clean them out and then like tell their buddies, and then everyone else will go. So it was a mad dash. There was some crazy books. I was telling guys, so the guy had a mid-range ASM Spidey 101, the first Morbius, and an FF48, both mid-grade. He sold them for $400 together. Another guy I know got a Spidey #2. Another guy I know got a Spidey #6 and a first Green Goblin. All at like insane price, like prices from 5 years ago. So like, it was like, I went there, like, I knew it was no point, but I just went there after the mad rush, because I didn't get anything major. I got Simpsons 1, Spec Spidey 1, and I got just a nice, surfer Dracula. $10. for all three, so like $3 each. This was the one book. I can't believe the vultures didn't see it. I guess because it was like in the box on the floor, and the vultures are lazy. But I got like a near mint. Maybe 9496. First Preacher. I've never had this book. I got it for $30 from the guy. He said 35. I'm like, yeah, can you do 30? And he said, yeah, sure, why not? So I got that. I got to meet a ton. I got to meet everybody from the tri-state area, the New York Warriors, Big Easy, Joker. I saw Manny today. Finally, he only came today. Marky. I got to see Reaper. I got to see Tothe. You guys should sub Tony. He's got great stuff. He's been collecting for like 40 years. He does art and comics like I do. His name's Tothe. Tony and then Toth. Maybe there's an E, maybe there's not. I'm check. But you just punch him in and sub him. I saw Tony and he actually random act of kindness. He gave me this book. Like it was so touching because I watched the show and I've never read it, and I watched the show and it was awesome and it made me want to go get it, but I'm not gonna pay $100 or whatever. It spiked whenever the show came out. I'm not sure what it's at right now, but still, what a gracious thing to do. He gave me the book. It was very touching. Go sub him. If I remember, I'll put his link in the description. If not, just go search it. What else I got? So let me tell you a story. I'm not gonna name names, but an acquaintance asked my friend. To go pick up a commission from Michael Golden because he couldn't do it yesterday, and he already paid him, and he's going to finish it today. So my friend's no problem. I'll go pick it up from you. He was getting whatever he was getting commission. So Michael Golden's not cheap. It was like a full blown a few $100s at least. So he says to my friend, go pick it up for me. Hey, yeah, no problem. My friend doesn't care. Michael Golden was actually like one booth over, like one aisle over, exactly where he was. So then he texts my friend last night at like 2 a.m. He's like, hey, sorry for the late message. Tomorrow, can you just tell Michael Golden I'm not interested and get me a refund? My friend just wrote back, F you, which I don't blame him. Because we know this guy. Like, he shares our hobby, but we're not like fucking first cousins with him or best friends. Like, an acquaintance level favor is, hey, can you hold my spot in line? Can you lend me your badge for a second? Or like, can you get me an autograph signed or some shit like that? But, like, can you go to Michael Golden and fight for my refund and make him give you $700 back or whatever the hell it is? Are you fucking kidding me? So, I knew this story because my friend was telling me at the booth when I got there. So, we're in Panera. This is like, 12:30. I already left the show. And I get a text from this guy who's getting the commission done. Granted, this guy has not texted me or IM messaged me in over a year and a half because, we're hello, how are you friends, but nothing more than that. So as soon as he's like, hey, are you at the show? And, the normal thing to do, I'm eating my sandwich and soup with the wife and kid, is just say, no, I'm not, and leave it at that. But, I don't know. I'm compelled to, like, understand, like, how do you have the audacity or gall to, like, ask a favor of this magnitude to, like, a fucking, fifth level acquaintance? You know what I mean? So he wrote, hey, how are you at the show? I wrote, no, I'm not, and I would not go to Michael Golden to get your money back either. I said, like, what planet are you on asking that level? And he's like, I thought you were a friend. And I said, no, see you later. But anyway, that's my story about that. I thought it was fucking crazy, excuse my French. So I did damage with the autographs. I'm not an autograph guy, but this is like my little side quest. You play Final Fantasy, Skyrim, you play a little Red Dead, you gotta have side quests to break up the monotony. You can't just be flipping and buying books and bullshit all day. So this is my little hobby. I had 23 yesterday, but I just added Al Milgram today, and I added Joe Sinat today as well. I went twice to go yesterday, but he's an old guy, man, yeah, so his line moves super slow. You can't blame him. He's 90-something, but he's such a sweetheart, great guy. So I paid, Milgram $10, Sinat $10, Larry Hama now, I think I had it already, but he's free if you get it, personalized, because I wanted him on here, and he's like, no, I have to personalize it. I'm like, bro, I don't have a witness with me, it's for me, like, can't you just put your name? I wanted to say, all right, my name is Larry, make it to Hama, but I just walked away. I got him on this book, I don't want him on both. But yeah, I'm doing damage, I gotta get Jerry Conway, there's a bunch left. What else? Oh, so last but not least, I got 2 sketches done. I went up to Ron Wilson. You know, he's famous for The Thing. I asked him if he would do a sketch in my book. You know, quick headshot. And I'm like, how much? He's like, oh, $10. I'm like, oh, all right, you know, that's cool. Ron's. I told him do whatever you want. Obviously, he did The Thing because, you know, that's what he's known for. And then Larry Schroem is sitting right next to him. So I said, yo, Larry, you want to get down on this? And he's like, how much did Ron charge you? I'm like, $10. And he like made a face like fuck, but he's like, all right, fine. And he was so cool. And then he did Strongman for me, and I think he killed it. My God, for $10 all day. It's like, you know, because Larry's the art that I knew growing up for X Factor, so like it's just a nostalgic sweet spot. So like it's cool. You know, like, I'm a cheapskate, so $10 all day, but, like, I can't see dropping $100 for, like, a sketch that they're not putting their heart into it. Like, if you're going to get a commission done, spend the money, tell them what you want, or let them do, like, talk about it, hash it out, like, when they're not at a convention. That way, they could put time in it. Because at the convention, they're like machines just churning, and, like, that's when you're going to get disappointed. So, I mean, you know, to each his own, but you run the most risk of being disappointed and spending the most at a convention. When if you do it when they're not busy, they could do some better. And then last but not least, Dennis Kitchen. He's a legend in the industry. He had an underground comic for a while. I didn't know anything about him. A friend of mine was telling me about him and saying, Dennis, he introduced me to Dennis. He's like, my friend's Dennis, should do something in your book. Believe me, you're gonna look back and like be so happy you did. And he was gracious and did this for free. I got to meet his wife, another sweetheart. Really nice people. I had one more story about something, and I can't think. I'm drawing a blank right now. I guess I'll do it on the next video, but this one's running late anyway. I said everybody I met. So yeah, it was a great show all around. It's my favorite show of the year. Free parking. It's easy to get in. You know, there's no line. I mean, there's lines, but like there's plenty of space to maneuver. There's tons of good artists, quality artists, and whatnot. It's just the best show all around. So it was great seeing everybody. I saw McMiniman too. McMiniman was there for a day. I met Mike Murfinator and his son. I got to meet Big Easy's family too. Everyone brought their families. It was a family event. It was great. That's it. Jimmy C signing out. Hope everyone else had a good show as well. Take care.